Hello and welcome. I am Adri Gregan, and I am back for more Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. This is the last time I'll ever be saying that because we are on the final episode. Now, last time and the time before, we've set up our little two, or I guess technically three-parter, where we're dealing with cursed wombs, moles, uh, delayed hatchings, I guess, and a lot of fushiguro, actually. So shadows too, I should throw in there. it's uh it's been an interesting arc. It's not your typical end of season shebang where like blasts off the season, sends it off on a crazy note, but it's nice to get this sort of more personal arc to a degree. It's not like super introspective necessarily, and honestly, there's we didn't know a whole lot about Fushiguro before this. So this is almost like not his introduction arc, but an arc that we finally get to like actually know him. Which I guess now that I think about it, we don't really have that for Nobata either. Uh, but that's also just kind of how the show rolls, right? It doesn't really. It's very fast paced. It's incredibly efficient. If you've been watching me for a little while now, then you've probably heard me mention efficient many times when describing this show, and I think that's honestly, if I had to describe at least season one in one word, it would be that efficient. Now, I don't mean that as like a backhanded compliment. I don't mean it in the way of like saying someone is very they've got a great personality or they're very interesting, right? Uh, I think there are pros and cons to JJK's almost mechanical, almost dizzying efficiency. It really doesn't take time with backstories. Uh, I feel like the flashback we got with Fushiguro last episode was one of the longest backstories we've gotten so far, uh, which is can be a demerit to some. I think to a lot of people, it's nice that it doesn't really interrupt the pace because you never get like an episode long flashback or a half episode long or even a several minute flashback. They're never really that long. And in the case of last episode, it was after the action, right? So it was after things had calmed down. It was a bit of a cooling action in a sense, even though the fight wasn't over. Fushiguro's was, so it was a nice way to kind of bookmark the end of his fight, punctuate it, if you would. But yeah, it doesn't have to worry about the pacing of interrupting things with backstories because when it does have them in its backstories, it's incredibly. It knows exactly what to say and how to say it, so it's able to say it in as few words as possible, right? And I think Toto exemplifies this the best. It's crazy that we literally got maybe like a minute, if that much, of his flashback. His middle school fantasy was significantly longer than the actual past we've seen from him, and yet in the handful lines of dialogue we got in his backstory, we learned so much about him. We saw that woman who befriended him, not exactly sure, took him in, something like that. And yet her use of speaking English and her what kind of girl is your type immediately sets off two alarms in our heads because those are some of the most notable personality traits of Toto. I guess they're not personality traits, but little quirks of Toto. So we immediately connect that to her, and we can tell that she's someone important to him, and she's had a major effect on him. And the fact we get all of that in like a minute is incredible. It's really good. So the efficiency of it, love it or hate it. I kind of love it and hate it. I will not pretend that JJK does not handle it with masterful precision. So all of that basically to say that yeah, we got a little bit more about Fushiguro this time, and at the same time, it feels like we haven't really gotten much because her, Nobata, most of the characters we know, we really haven't gotten much of them, which is a really interesting feeling because at the same time, I feel like I do know them pretty well. So I don't know. You can probably tell there's a lot of like back and forth I feel about the show. It's incredibly good. It kind of reminds me of Parasite, where I really enjoy watching it. It's incredibly good, like from a objective standpoint, but there are parts of it that I guess just don't quite resonate with me super well, and I kind of like the slower paced story a lot of the time. So yeah, I guess on a subjective level, it's not quite my story in a lot of ways, but it is just so incredible and so well done on so many levels. It's impossible not to enjoy it, and it's impossible not to spend like 5 minutes now of this introduction, just basically glazing it because it's just that good, and I can only imagine how much better it's going to be from here. I'll talk about the full show, my thoughts on it after the episode. I say after having monologued for as long as I have now, but I'll pretty much end that off there, and I'll get more into the discussion. One more thing I want to mention, just in case I end up forgetting it by the time we actually do the episode. Thank you to Alex and Theo in the comments. They've helped me out a lot. Moving on from the movie JJK0 and season 2, I will be using alternate forms of watching it that they've helped me kind of point me in the right direction for. This episode, I will be using a different website, Mirudo, I think it's called. And I'll be using it just for this one, just so I don't have to worry about trying to download all of season 1 just to watch the last episode. So I'll be using it for that one, and it'll be kind of my backup in case that the alternative ones, there are any technical difficulties and I need to get an episode out. This will kind of be my backup. But it sounds like these two are both really good, so thank you both for all your help. Obviously, for all your contributions. If you've been watching my show and you haven't been looking at their comments, definitely do so. They're incredible, and their insights have elevated the experience of watching this show to a degree I didn't think comments could really do. So thank you both. I really appreciate it. One last thing I want to mention. As I was loading this up, one downside about this website here is that there are kind of like thumbnails on it. So I got like a little hint of a pseudo spoiler of something that's going to happen this episode. There seems to be some sort of like curse taking over Nobata or something going on, some sort of craziness with her. So looks like I'll get my wish after all. We'll get a little bit more Nobata here. This could be interesting. It's a final episode called Accomplices, so I'm really curious to see how it ties all these ends. But that's like the one thing I know going into here. Like literally the only thing. And yeah, with all that out of the way, let's just hop right into the episode. If you are new here, I do full reactions. I don't edit them down. However, on YouTube, the visuals will be altered for copyright. The unaltered version is in the description. However, the episode breakdown, the discussion will be only on YouTube. So if you click that link, make sure to come back here for the discussion. Do like and subscribe if you want to join me on my journey to finish JJK seasons 1 and 2 and the movie before season 3 drops in January. I mean, we're halfway there, so seems very achievable to me. I just need to get through season 2 in December. So if you want to join me be notified whenever a new episode's out, because I release them like 5 to 6 episodes a week. Yeah, subscribe. Easiest way to get notified. With all that housekeeping out of the way, though, let's just jump right into Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, Episode 24. Accomplices. Oh yeah, we also saw this guy's back. And the other curse that ate one of the death paintings that can speak. Wow. Can't neglect your cardio, otherwise this happens. There we go. Woo! Yuji, okay. How in the world? Yeah, that's not easy. Especially such an awkward position, too. Really fun tracking shots. Ooh, good impact too. Him sliding right back into the camera. Awesome. Unless he gets closer. These guys aren't part of the bounded fields, so they can go wherever they want. Ooh, that's a lot of acid. Ooh! Blood spikes?
心配しなくても弟の血に私のような性質はありませんよ。私のだって全身に浴びでもしない限り死にはしません。まあ死ぬほど痛みますがね。
So are these?
私たちの術式はここから。
Yeah, Jujutsu. So these are Karate. Okay, Shigaraki. Oh, that's what I saw. Okay, the roses. I saw that like half covering Nomada, so that was what I saw in the trailer. So their sorcerer, are they altered sorcerers? Like sorcerers that have been augmented with curses? I don't know. Really interesting. In between this episode and the last one, I listened to the full version of the opening and the ending. Opening is incredible. I love it. It's a little bit short. I don't really like the 3-minute songs. I wish it could be longer. But it's so fun to listen to. It's such a blast. I don't know why in the TV version they got this like super condensed, like it's like crushed down audio of the song. Because the full song is Mike Mazal. It's like super clear. And I do like how it has like this kind of... It's got this nice... I mentioned the first time this came out, I watched it. It's got a very old school shonen feeling. But the song sounds totally different when it's not like compressed like this, when it's not crunchy. And it sounds really good. So I kind of wish they didn't have this crunched down version from TV edit. Yeah, listening to the whole song is just... It's such a mood. It's such a mood.
私たち兄弟どちらかの血を取り込み、私たち兄弟どちらかが術式を発動すれば、侵入箇所から腐食が始まります。そちらの少年は持って15分、お嬢さんの方は10分が限界です。
Just enough time for the episode. Perfect.
朝には骨しか残りませんよ。
術式ってことは、解除させちゃえばいいわけだ。やっぱ毒か。
結果有毒なだけであって、私たちの術式はあくまで分解ですよ。術式の開示は済んだ。実際はもっと早く死ぬな。
That's such an interesting quirk.
どうします？
I wonder if it was explained more in the manga or if that'll be something else in the future. Why explaining it makes it more effective.
呪霊の子をはらむ得意体質の娘がいた。身に覚えのない解任に始まり。親類縁者からの風当たりは上気を言った。ミニの始め、呪霊の子をはらむ得意体質の娘がいた。身に覚えのない解任に始まり、親類縁者からの風当たりは上気を逸し、彼女はこの亡骸を抱え、ある呪術師の開いた寺に駆け込んだ。が、その時点で彼女の運は尽きてしまう。鴨則俊。多くの呪術文化財とともに史上最悪の術師として名を残す御三家の王天。彼の知的好奇心は呪霊と人間の間に生まれたこの虜となる。9度の解任、9度の堕胎、それらがどのように行われ、その後彼女がどうなってしまったのか、一切の記録は破棄されている。呪体育相図1番から3番、特級に分類されるほどの呪物。その呪力の起源は母の恨みか、それとも
母の記憶。
So there's more of them that aren't special grades.
人間にも術師にも特段恨みがあるわけではない。
So it's like a painter creating different paintings.
お互いの存在だけを頼りに封印を保ってきた。
呪霊側につくぞ。
So these are the cursed paintings.
あいつらうさんくさいよ、兄さん。
呪霊が描く未来の方が俺たちにとって都合がいい。ただそれだけのことだ。受肉の恩は忘れる。
crazy.
いいか弟たちよ。エソーはケチズのために、ケチズは俺のために。俺はエソーのために生きる。俺たちは3人で一つだ。
兄弟のため、
these
兄
are
弟
the
が
cursed
望むのであれば、
paintings?
私はそれに準ずるのみ。辛いようでしたら、今すぐ殺して差し上げましょうか。
当たれば勝ちの術式、強いなお前ら。でも残念、私との相性最悪だよ。数霊地方ともなり。
Because it's their blood. It's their blood. They gave themselves to her. Oh wow, that is game of chicken indeed.
こちらの術式を解かねばこれが続くというわけか。
Wow.
数霊呪法ともなり、対象から欠損した一部に人型を通して呪力を打ち込むことで対象本体にダメージを与える術式。術式範囲の制限は緩く、対象との実力差、欠損部位の希少価値によって効果が変わる。血液は数霊呪法において決して価値は高くない。でも友成は対象とのつながりをたどる。今私の中にある奴らの血液が触乱不術の術式で二人と強くつながっている。弟の方にも聞いたのは棚ぼただな。このままじゃどうせ死ぬんだ。じゃんじゃか友成ぶち込んでやる。
なかなかに強烈だが、何度やっても私たちの命には届
かない。我
慢さえしていればいずれ死ぬのはあなた方。しかも Q の発動中は痛みと毒でまともに動け。
Yuji's not
なぜ
out.
そこまで動ける？
You don't know him. Oh, and that keeps him from moving? That's a sick combo.
虎杖は猛毒、呪いの王、両面宿儺の器。故にあらゆる毒に耐性がある。
So he's constantly injecting him with the strongest poison.
私たちの術式はあくまで分解ですよ。
分解の痛みはあるだろうが、その果ての毒は奴には効かない。
So it's just like what they're doing with resonance. It just hurts. He can fight through it. It's easier said than done, but that's not gonna stop him. Yup. Whoa. That kind of zoom in was pretty funny. It was like it's a rock MD. Oh my god. The Chinese, this is a music video. What the heck? This is awesome. Oh. The wave.
だが今のあの女に弟を殺すだけの余力があるか。女が妨害されようと、女が死ぬより先に私がこの男に殺されることはないだろう。絶対に術式は解かない。
Hey, it's a risk. The flashing fading to black. Timing with the music is so funny. I love it. It's so cheesy. Ooh. Straight into the touching straight into the wall. Woo. Oh. That blood is so clean. Never thought I'd say that sentence before. Here to stay to defend. Oh, both of them with the blue techniques. Woo! Beautiful.
黒い光は私は確かに確実に知力で強化した腕で拳を
You really had no idea who you were coming up against.
片ごと飛ばされていた。
I guess it's fair, they were just here to get the finger, but... They're both going beyond. Oh, the relief smile. Ooh. That was an animation shift. That was the same one as during the tournament, right? Nobara, you nasty.
3人で1つだ。
ごめん、兄さん。
Well, it's about to become the three of you are about to become one.
こいつなんで消えない。まだ生きて。違う、呪霊じゃない。肉体があるんだ。
Oh my god. Truck-kun! We're busy! Wow, he just took it. Yuji, oh my god! I was about to say, imagine, I swear Yuji's gonna be right behind him.
この二人、特にあの女は傷を癒し確実に殺す。すまん、ケチズ。弔ってやれなくて。だが必ず私が仇を。あの女、何をしている？
That was a cool effect. Darn. You forgot about that. Ooh.
国戦を決めると術師は一時的にアスリートでいうゾーンに入った状態になる。
Finish it. Ignition. With the piano in the background. That somber music playing. That was beautiful. It's a human. He killed his first human.
ゲート株券どうした調査早く。ああ、駒壊すなよ。
弟が死んだ。
そういうのわかるんだ。
どういうことだ。受肉体ならまだしも二人が指一本分の呪霊にやられるとは思えん。
待ってね。
てかなんで壊す
の？報告が入ったよ。エソケチズを殺したのは呪術高専1年虎杖裕二とその一派だ。
Oh yeah. He likes the sound of that.
おかけになった電話は電源が入っていないためおつなぎできません。やっぱです。どこ行ったか。
It's a long story.
釘崎大丈夫か？ああ、まあね。あとは残るかもね。あのおっさん大丈夫かしら？車行っちゃったし。毒の方はまあ、今から帰って翔子さん起きてるかな。そんでシラフかな。何もじもじしてんのよ。キモいわよ。初めて
That was a really cute cut. Her just moving and emoting as she talks. It's a really nice. I really like that one.
あれを一度っていうのは鶴か。3人だ。私よりあんたの方が大丈夫じゃないでしょ。私はぶっちゃけなんともない。術師やってりゃこういうこともあんでしょ。fushiguroじゃないけどさ、結局助けられる人間なんて限りがあんのよ。私の人生の席っていうか、そこに座ってない人間に。
Now we get a second cut of this. This is great.
冷たい
？That's such a
あんたみたいに自分で椅子持ってきて座ってるやつもいるけどね。
It's so
フォローす
emotive.
るわけじゃないけど、呪霊か呪詛
What
し
a
か
great
気
way
に
to
してる
handle a
余裕
scene
な
like
かったじゃん。
this.
人
And he's
間だ
barely
とし
emoting
て
at all.
あのレベルのを長期間拘束する術はない。分かってんでしょ？
でもあいつ泣いたんだよ。目の前で弟が死んで。
Hard not to feel empathy for him.
俺は自分が釘崎が助かって生きてて嬉しい。ほっとしてる。それでも俺が殺した命の中に涙はあったんだなって。
Was that a proper death for them?
それだけ。
Do you get to decide if that was a proper death?
じゃあ 共犯ね、私たち。
Title.
伏黒。
お、
Oh, he's up.
よかった無事で。
Tell me you still have the finger.
死んでるのかと思った。よかった。
That's really fun with the subtitles.
頭痛い。
スクナの指持って寝こけるなよ。危ねえな。
Seriously. You do still have it,
の
right?
こと知ってんだよ。
それ聞く余裕ある？
ねえ、とりあえず新田さんに連絡して王宮で封印してもらわねえと呪霊がよる。俺食べようか。
残飯じゃねえんだよ。
お前の指のキャパははっきり分かってねえんだ。食うな。でも一番元気そうなお前に渡す。念を押すが食うなよ。犬並みの理解力だと思われてるな。
You can hold it, but if that mouth opens...
俺こいつマジ
That
で
was so funny!
一回もろくに働かねえし。君の中の少ない
Also, that animation, he's like struggling with it, was super. That was super
五条
fun.
先生って適当？今さら。
And there's Nita.
ニットさん。
ブチギレてるわね。
じゃあ
I was worried for you assholes.
お腹すいた。この辺立派寿司あるのかな。
Just ignore
一発
her.
寿司の新幹線すごかったでしょ。
うるさい。
Awesome.
いやー、指の呪霊だけじゃなくってさ、遺体を調べてびっくり。なんと例のブツの受肉体だったの。
Mm-hmm.
特級相当をかっこ撃破。今年の1年は豊作
So
だ
were
ね。
they brothers before
僕
the
の指導者と
fingers?
しての腕が
Was that
い
the
いのかな。
personality, or before the wounds, or was that the personality of the paintings?
飲み会の幹事の件でしょ。
どう？目星はつ
There's
いた？
ED playing.
全然。私含めみんな忙しいの。
Hmm.
どうする？学生にも声かけてみる？
Sensors in casual clothes.
ノンアルでも構わないよ。
引き続
Almost
き
didn't recognize
声
her.
かけよろしく。
Hime.
歌姫の周りは何が効いてるかわからないからな。
Even that little animation of him
内通者の学生ってのは考えたくないね。めんどくせえ。
There's a lot of really good
さて、
character
あと
acting
は
in this
頼むよ、
episode.
メイさん。
Renee, she's gonna want to braise for it, of course. And there it is. She'll do anything for that.
虎杖に共振の話はするな。
それって確定なの？
ほぼな。終わった案件だ。気づく可能性があるとすれば、俺たちが新田さんくらいだと思う。虎杖、スクナの受肉はきっかけに過ぎない。安八橋の自殺はいつ始まってもおかしくなかった。
Oh, resonating, waking up.
そもそも指を
That's why these are starting to wake up. Yeah, yeah.
俺を助けるためだ。でも
It's
あ
gonna
いつ
put a
は
whole
そ
lot
れ
of
で
guilt
納
on
得
him.
しねえだろ。
People that'll die, yeah.
だから言うな。
He'll blame himself
言わ
anyways.
ねえよ。レディの気遣いなめんな。
お前のせいだ。お前が俺を取り込んだ。
Oh
切り分けた俺の
my god! Oh, the cut straight to that was awesome. Wait, did he act? He's just saying it to us.
死ぬんだよ。
Oh, that's so funny.
それ伏黒に言うな。
Don't say it. They're both,
助けた人間が将来人を殺したらどうする？
and they're both trying to be considerate of each other.
言うなよ。
Wow. That was really good. Wow. Oh, come on. You can't just power. You can't just power like that.
動きにキレがないな。鈍ったか。
Oh, here's a bully, too.
安
Cool.
静にしてたらなまったんだよ。
それより聞いたか。一年図の話。
ああ、
Which part?
特級相当を3体ってやつだろ。
I guess we kind of did, huh?
じゃあ、負けてらんねえな。
It's
私
not
ら
fair to say that they each took one out.
おい。
Not quite fair to say that, but that was really impressive. I didn't really think about that.
本気でやんなきゃ訓練になんで。
Now she's into it.
特級は術師の格付けの中で斜めに外れた位置づけじゃ。
Yeah.
一級こそ他の術師、ひいては呪術界を牽引していく存在だとわしは考えておる。危険、機密、 高級、順位9以下とは比べ物にならん。それを踏まえて今なんと。
全員巻き、パンダ。
伏黒めぐみ、釘崎野原。そして、マイブラザー虎杖
マイブラザー。
以上5名を東堂葵。
命名の名のもとに、一級術師に推薦する。
High praise.
いくらなんでも買いすぎじゃない？
半分はあんたのでしょ。
俺のはこれだけだよ。
It's almost half. Round up.
一個でも落としたら殺すわよ。
Yuji's never making it to first grade. He's dead. That's so sad. Was he blushing?
伏黒です。はい。ええ。
Wait, no way!
何？
五条先生から来いってさ。
あ？なんで？
So precious.
任務らしい。それも極秘の。
さっき一個片付けたばっかじゃん。
いいじゃん。五条先生が極秘ってんだから。よっぽどだろ。
It's gonna be fun.
割と言うだろ。
しょっちゅう言ってるぞ。
Immediately shut him down.
行こう。
One step forward. Off into the movie. JJK Zero. To be continued. Wow. Wow. What a strong end of the season. I did not expect it to be, I guess I should have, because it's been so good so far. That was a really strong end of the season. Like, start to end. It's hard to believe that was a single episode. That was a really strong end of the season. A whole lot to... I mean... Yeah, I didn't really think about it before, but... They all had one of the death painting wounds, so yeah, I guess they're all technically special grade, right? And I mean, yeah, I guess they were strong enough to warrant it. They were quite powerful. I don't know if I missed it, but were these three brothers before they ingested it? Or are they speaking as the death paintings? The death paintings personalities are brothers. Maybe it'll say when we get to the their little backstory thing. I'll hold off on that for a second. It's acid poison, decomposition. Here we go. The beginning of the Meiji era. She could bear a cursed spirit's child. She was ostracized due to a pregnancy with a cursed spirit. The baby died. She escaped to the temple. The sorcerer took it in, but it was a infamous sorcerer. Kamo Noritoshi, part of the Kamo clan, our archer. What's our Kamo guy's name? Kamo Noritoshi. Wait, I assume they're not the same person. This was during the Meiji era, and I think this is fairly modern. Was he named after the Adolf Hitler of sorcerers? What in the... What? That's definitely not him. Oh my god, he is the Adolf Hitler! I was joking! Okay, anyways, no, it's a little bit more angled. I guess he gets it clear. It's not quite there. You know you gotta... you know something's wrong when you're trying to disqualify him as a Hitler by measuring his mustache. His curiosity was captivated naturally. He impregnated her 9 times and aborted her each time. Impatient, I guess. Records were destroyed, probably for the best. Nothing good. So were all 9 of them the death paintings? And only the first 3 were special grades? Yeah. Because she's the mother of them. Okay, so these 3, the brothers are the cursed wombs. So these people are probably irrelevant, unrelated. Because we saw that one was transformed by this random guy. I guess we didn't really see if he knew anyone else, knew these guys, but it's definitely the cursed wombs. It does feel very poignant, though, that the human cursed spirit blends the death paintings. Ended up taking the forms of taking human, at least I guess just he. We don't know about this guy, but I mean, this guy's sort of humanoid, but this guy really does look like a human spirit blend. Which is interesting, again, because the womb that he presumably consumed was also one of them. Sealed with only the faintest notion of their existence. And they side with the cursed spirits. They're quite shady. Yeah, so they're not actual cursed spirits. They have no necessary allegiance to them. It's more convenient for us. Cursed spirits are going to be more accepting of cursed spirit human hybrids than a human world. Human world, you better be full human or else. Yeah, they gave birth to us, but that's not why we do it. Wow. Really interesting. Really interesting backstory for these 2 that we just dealt with immediately. Which adds a lot of weight, right, to this as a climax. And also builds up the guy that we'll meet, presumably in season 2, that we'll confront more and more. Then it becomes this game of chicken. You will feel pain unless you release us. But it's not just a bluff. It's also when they actually continue fighting, because they don't think our people can keep fighting, but they do. And now this pain, the hammering, can become a crippling weakness, a debuff, if you would. And Ryomen Sukuna is a poison of his own. A 1 in a million chance he would even survive it. So little poisons like this, yeah, they're nothing to him. Maybe not nothing, but not much. Hardly not enough. Then he makes a gambit. And we get some beautiful action sequences. Oh, some beautiful impact frames. And some beautiful visuals. Jeez. And then Nobata just, as the kids would say, aura farms like no other. Yeah, the energy. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing as what you used against Momo, effectively anyways. The hairpin. And he's just done. Oh. I don't love that face, Nobata, but hey, whatever works for you works. It's got a physical body. I mean, presumably the same thing as with Yuji. If they were to somehow kill Sukuna and Yuji, his body would still remain. Couldn't even mourn your death. Because these guys were close, right? It's understandable that... It's really understandable that Yuji struggles with this. It really is. Some Mahito being Mahito. Nita being Nita. Glad we got her name now. We all knew this moment was coming. Obviously, right? We knew there would be a point where Yuji would have to confront the repercussions of fighting a human, of killing a human, of defeating someone who's not completely a cursed spirit, a spirit. But just like being confronted with death, back with the first cursed womb, it's one thing to know what's coming. It's another thing to experience it, right? He really struggles with this. As a quick aside, no, I'll talk about these in a minute. I'll talk about these two cuts in a little bit, but he was crying for his brother who died right in front of him. I think one of the reasons that these moments hit so hard, the moments when Yuji takes the next leap, not towards adulthood or maturity, but takes the next leap towards conviction, we'll say, because throughout this whole series, this whole season, it's really been about Yuji's conviction and building that up. So his next leap towards conviction, the reason these hit so hard is because we know Yuji's not a crybaby, right? We know he's not immature. He's a guy who can do what he has to do. He's got great pain tolerance. And he's a guy who overcomes. We've seen how quickly he grows just as a person and just with his techniques and how quick of a learner he is. We've shown how mature he is and how primed for maturity he is, even when he's not mature. So these moments of reflection and weakness, these moments of vulnerability hit really hard because he's not someone who's vulnerable all the time. So it really shines through. He's not as closed off as Fushiguro. He's very expressive, but you really feel it. You can really see it in his motion. And especially in comparison with Nobara in the scene, how emotive and expressive she is versus him barely moving. And she's talking the most, he's mainly just listening. And it's just really impactful. And that's a good time as any to talk about this. These two just extended cuts, for lack of a better term, where it's just her talking, looking up, putting her hand over to where the poison was, closing her eyes, looking away, glancing away, looking over. And he doesn't move nearly as much. He does still a little bit. He's still very expressive, which is really consistent with the show. So it's showing it's not like being lazy, right? It's not like, oh, we ran out of budget. We spent too much time animating Nobara, so we have no time for Yuji. There's definitely those movements, those showing of emotion, but he's a lot more restrained. He's a lot more weighed down, whereas she's very much not. But she's also not flippant, right? Of course, I don't want to come across like, oh, he's heavy and she's just taking it not seriously. She's just she's accepted it, right? She's acceptance here. And she's still she's moving around so much more than he is because she's not as weighed down by it. She's a lot more freed by it. There's a screenshot, right? Super cute. It's very her, right? It's very Nobara. She's not emotionless. I mean, she's no Fushiguro. Not that Fushiguro's emotionless, but she's not closed off. She's very in touch with her emotions. But it's because she's in touch with her emotions, she's very honest with herself, that she can grapple with these things without letting them crush her, as they're currently crushing Yuji. And by the end of the episode, we see he's already coming to terms with it. Again, he's a really fast grower, so it's really cool to see this and see the dichotomy between the two of them. Killed instead of exercising, yeah. Like, there's only so much you can do, right? Is that too mean? No, it makes sense, right? Your heart can't bleed for everyone. It can. Frankly, mine does. But there's nothing wrong with not feeling that way. There's nothing wrong with not letting yourself be weighed down by others, because you don't gain anything, right? It's tough. Where's the border of empathy, right? Is there a border between people you should and shouldn't feel empathy towards? And is there a border where you should learn how to shut your empathy off for the sake of, maybe not for the sake of the battle, because Yuji didn't hesitate, right? That was, again, one thing that's really good to see and refreshing to see about Yuji. That's really reassuring to see in him. He didn't hesitate to kill. He does what he has to do, and then afterwards, he lets himself soak in the realization of what he did. I think that is incredibly healthy. That is one of the healthiest ways I've seen an anime character, or really any character in like TV, grapple with their own lack of convictions, their own hesitations. It's incredibly healthy. Do what you got to do, and then process it afterwards. Don't shut it out completely. Don't let it paralyze you, but know when is the time, right? Right place, right time. And he's really good with it. The fact he's a teenager and he can do this is frankly incredible, right? I'm 25 and I can barely do this. So, yeah, it's great. He's a really good MC. He's reliable. Not because he doesn't grow, but because he grows the right way. Right way. I think you know what I mean. Don't eat it. You can have it. Don't eat it. You can hold it. Don't eat it. I swear to God, if you eat it, I'm not going to eat it. Yeah, but I will. And then he just has a bit of a stroke as he pushes down Sukuna. But we got another finger. He's got 5% more of his power, which is great. I mean, it works, right? Clearly he can handle it, so why would we not want a stronger Yuji? Again, there's a line there. I'm sure I'm going to regret saying that before too long, but it worked. The corpses were the incarnations of the death paintings. Because I'm so amazing, they each took out a special grade. And then we got Utahime in her casual clothes, super cute. Right, and there also is a traitor, a Mugus. Who knows? Someone on the inside. I got paycheck. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum. And this is about the fingers waking them up. This is really good. It's really funny, but it's also perfect for their relationship. Don't tell him. He's gonna feel guilty. Ha ha! You should feel guilty. It's because of you. Don't underestimate consideration. It's all your fault. I love him. Sukuna's awesome. He's super funny. And the cut is great. And again, it doesn't go overboard. Something like Demon Slayer, where they'll like go crazy in the musical change. It doesn't need to worry about that because it knows that the cut on its own is super funny. It's hilarious. Complete betrayal of expectations. So they just need to play it straight, and that's the funniest way to do it. And also because they know it's not just funny. Yuji doesn't really respond, right? Part of it's to not give him the satisfaction, but he's also maturing. He's going through a lot right now. And he's more focused on fushiguro than himself. And it's all about consideration, right? It's so interesting the more you think about this. Don't tell Yuji. He's going to feel bad because he ate the finger for me, and that caused other people to die. Don't tell Fushiguro. He saved me, which caused Sukuna to awaken and kill more people. It's like a step removed, right? Yuji caused these people to die because Yuji was saving me. Fushiguro caused people to die because Fushiguro saved me. They both have the exact same motivation at different levels that react to the same thing. They're both being considerate. They both don't want each other to feel guilty. It's so wholesome. It's beautiful. And it's a great undercurrent to what's also a really funny gag. And I think that's one thing that really goes to the core of why this show, why JJK's humor works so incredibly well. It's because it doesn't have, oh, we're in funny moments now. Oh, we're in serious moments now. Oh, now we get some comic relief. Oh, now we get some seriousness. They do have that, don't get me wrong, but moments like this, the funniest moments, are the ones that happen in the midst of this angst, this emotion. It's really funny, but it's really heartwarming, and those two can go side and side. I mean, some of the most emotional and heartbreaking shows I've ever watched are comedy shows at their core. Because those two do go hand in hand. You just have to do it really, really well. And it's incredibly difficult to do. But if you do it right, JJK has shown is a testament to how well it pays dividends. You just have to be brave enough to do it. And then my name is May. Is her name May May? May May? May May? Watch me whip, watch me May May? No. If she pulls out a whip, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. So we've got a teacher, ? And we've got one of the strongest students, seniors that we know in the schools, Jujutsu Tech, both recommending that Kugisaki, Nobara, Yuji, it was Panda, Maki, Panda, Megumi, Nobara, and Yuji, all recommended for first grade, the highest grade of special. And this is after he's like, first grades are the ones who uphold the standards. They are like the pinnacle. Not pinnacle. There's an extra level above that for monsters like Gojo, but they are the elite. So tell me again what you just said. And without hesitation, they do it. Very good. Tragically, only 4 of them ever made it to first grade because Yuji perished just before his promotion. It's so sad I forgot to cry. And speaking of cry, whoa! Did he just? Wow! She punched him so hard he learned how to become an ice skater. That was awesome. And this is just everything, right? This is everything. This is more than everything. It's more than. I was not expecting this. And I really hope that this is a sign that he's going to be a little bit more open. The fact that, I mean, he doesn't even show us, right? Even as the audience, we're still onlookers, and he's trying to hide it. But he's smiling. He's trying not to smile. He's blushing. He's trying not to laugh. And we saw last episode what he looks like laughing. I made a horrible, insensitive joke that I don't regret, that if this is what he looks like laughing, I see why he never does it. But this is different, right? This is so... He's responding to their antics. He is opening up a little bit. That's so great to see after last time. It's great that they're closing. And of course, we've got a big deal just like that because he's still Fushiguro, but he's smiling. He's smiling. Don't think I don't see that. And don't think I don't see Nobara. My goodness. She knows how to move. Look at that. What a squad. What a team. What a great trio. They're a really great trio. I think at this part I'm going to start talking about Season 1. I mean, what better place to, right, than looking at our 3 main characters right at the end. I really like these people as a trio. I really like all 3 of them. They're not tropey. They're not... You can't really describe them in a single word. I mean, you can try. Nobara's eccentric, Fushiguro's reserved, and Yuji's crazy. I don't know. There's no one good word that describes them, right? There's a lot of overlap between them, which from like a writing perspective, you'd want to demerit that. You want to say, oh, they've got too much overlap, but it adds so much humanity and adds so much chemistry to them, right? Because that's really the basis of chemistry. It's the overlap when seen in relation to everything else. That's what makes chemistry, right? How different are you and how much overlap is there? What is that ratio? And that is like the biggest part of what makes chemistry. That's why Yuji and Nobara have as much chemistry as they do, right? They're so similar while being so different. And Fushiguro works great with both of them. He's the great straight man. And it's just really great because they don't feel equal, right? I mean, it's not the Three Stooges. You've got Fushiguro who stands out there. They're all a little bit crazy, but in their own ways. And they're at different levels of like being in their journey and kind of in their emotional development, which allows them to bounce off each other really interestingly. And we get to see all these different perspectives of people who are all, at the end of the day, first years. But we get to really see that delineation, that the different layers of being on this journey and being a Jujutsu sorcerer and being a teenager in a world of curses. So these three are really, really good. It's really engaging seeing all three of them. And I can't wait for one of them to die at the start of season 2, and it's just going to be... I doubt it will happen. I wouldn't put it past the writer to kill one of them off eventually. I wouldn't see it happening, but I wouldn't put it past them. It's definitely not going to happen anytime soon, though. This really does feel like almost like a prologue season. Even though I don't think JJK's that long. I don't think season 3 will be the last season, but I don't think it'll go more than like 4, maybe 5 seasons. I could be wrong. We'll see. But despite that, this feels like a big prologue. Like, that felt like really the starting line, this final like 3-episode arc, where we finally got to learn more about Fushiguro. We got to really build these connections. We got to feel like we're at a good starting base now. After all the things, like all the pieces, most of the pieces have been set up. And that's really the main job of the first season, right? Of a longer running shonen, not a long running one. It's not 1,000 episode One Piece, or it's not even a 300 episode fairy tale. But the ordering and the way that the arc structuring, the structuring of the story, especially for season 1, has been really good. The first 2 episodes being your introduction arc, introducing Yuji and Megumi, Fushiguro, and just kind of the world that we're in and how different Yuji is. The episodes after that, a little bit with Nobata, we got the 2 episodes of the Cursed Womb, and then a lead up into the tournament, and then like a 4 to 5 episodes about, personally, I think my favorite arc of season 1, the Junpei arc, absolutely heartbreaking, and setting up Yuji and Mahito, kind of their inevitable future clash, their fated, the string of fate connecting them, if you would. And then we get the even longer arc of the tournament arc, which was like, 7 episodes, 8 episodes? Obviously, Haname crashed the party, but... And then after that, we get this one. Well, we get episodes of cooldown, we get this one. So it's like, it's following like the general rules of the law of, what's it called? The law of escalation, right? We get the little small arcs, we get like a 2 episode, we get a 2-parter in the first core, then we get like a 4 to 5 episode big arc to end off the first core. And then we get like a practically 7, 8 episode monster of the tournaments that we've been building up for so long. I think it was only like 6 or 7 episodes. But then after that, we get our cooldown, and then we get this little 3-episode parter, which is smaller, so it's not escalation, it's not bigger than the Hanami one, but it feels, it's got a lot of emotional weight, it's got a lot of resonance to it, and a lot of world building and future setting up pieces, especially the death paintings. And death painting, I guess there's only 1 left now. These are the 3 special grades. But it's really that escalation, that stepwise building that builds things out, and then the kind of a 3-episode bow at the end of it, bring us back to the characters, bring us back down to earth, where we're not going on this crazy, like, fighting this, like, special plus grade that defeated Sukuna at some point. We've got all the people we've come to know and love in the season 1 going up to fight him. No, it's our 2 MCs. It's 2 of our MCs coming to the aid of the 3rd, and also showing that they're strong enough to take on special grades. Not to say that they will be able to do it against like significant special grades like Hanami. They won't be able to solo a Natural Spirit, but Natural Spirit, a Disaster Curse, as I've seen them called, and I love that name. Disaster Curse goes so hard. But it's really cool to see that. It's really great to build that out and to structure your story in such a way. It really feels great to ground it at the end of the season. Especially knowing how big season 2 is going to be. Well, with the Shibuya incident arc, whatever that is, and anything else that season 2 will have in it. I really feel like I'm ready and prepared to step into whatever it has for me. And we still got the movie too, which seems to be canon, JJK 0. and should be between season 2 and season 1. So I will be watching that and recording that, and I'll be releasing that in I don't know when, maybe like Tuesday or something. We'll see about that. But I am going to be flying out Monday through Friday for pretty much the whole week. I'll be in Texas, seeing grandparents and seeing my family. So I will still be recording. I'll still be uploading these. Probably will take a break for Thanksgiving. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how busy my schedule is. But now that I have some artificial lighting, I haven't set it up yet, but I should be able to step away from recording on the weekend and releasing them during the week. I did not like having to do that. I didn't like it one bit. I didn't like flooding myself with the shows and having to talk in front of you for 2 hours. It was not super fun. It wasn't boring or anything. It was just, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm sure you've noticed, but I'm not your typical reactor. I don't talk about the episode, what I enjoy about it, what I didn't like about it, and then just end it off. I really like going through these and really extracting every last thing I can. And it's incredibly valuable, but it's also a little bit tiring. So I much like it better as a punctuation as the end of the day. So now that I don't have to worry for when the sun sets at the crack of 4 p.m., I can keep recording after that, which is great. So the comments that you all are leaving, I'll be able to read them in between episodes. It'll be really great. So you don't have to worry about he'll read this and he'll be able to, it'll affect his reactions 5 episodes from now. No, it'll be 1 to 2 episodes after that. I'll be able to comment, reply to it, or at the very least, take it in moving forward as we go forward. So I'm really looking forward to that change of pace for season 2. I hope you're looking forward to it as well. If you are, please do like and subscribe. Join me on my journey. Starting JJK, hopefully season 3 in January. Well, not hopefully. It's all set on track to be doing that, and that'll be a weekly show. I think mid December or so, I'll look for a way to start a poll maybe for what I should start watching, the daily show to start watching at that point. I might do that. I might, alternatively, if I can get myself to actually watch ReZero more. I know that in April, I guess I can do a show before that. But I haven't seen ReZero season 3 yet. ReZero is one of my favorite anime of all time. It's top 3. It might be my second favorite. It might be my third favorite. I think Mob Psycho and AOT are 1 and 2. So ReZero is probably my third favorite anime show of all time. I haven't seen season 3. Season 4 is coming out in April, so I do want to watch season 3 on here, so I'll probably do that. We'll see how that lines up if I can put a poll out, if I have the time to do a recording of another show you guys might be interested in watching. But do let me know in the comments, just right now, just so I can get a feel of what people are interested in, what they might want to see me watch once I catch up with JJK moving forward. That'll be in January, starting in January. So let me know what you'd be interested in. I'd love to hear your thoughts moving forward, and I'll take that into consideration. Regardless, thank you so much for watching as always. Thank you for listening to my thoughts and seeing me all the way through, and seeing me all the way through the end of season 1. It's crazy we're here already in a month. But yeah, here we are. We're getting through it. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are enjoying it as well. If there's something that I've been mentioning that you want to talk about, something you agree or disagree with, I said, please do leave in the comments. Something about the episode I missed, things you want to add to it, flavor text, or something I may have overlooked, or that you have a different interpretation you want to bring up to me. Yeah, please do leave in the comments. I would love to open discourse with you. But with all of that out of the way, again, thank you so much for watching, for taking the time out of your day. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the show as much as I am. And until the next one, until JJK 0, the movie, I will see you there. And have a lovely rest of your day.